Donald Trump starts a war with every institution he wants to have power over, and today one of those institutions, perhaps the most impactful worldwide, the United Nations, is calling him out for his attempts to strong-arm them into submission, and I have the story for you next. I'm Dan, and thank you for watching Occupy Democrats. To get all of our reports on Trump's war on everything and those who hit him back, please click that subscribe button. With most stories, I like to begin with background information, and because this one is about Trump screwing those he owes money to, this one is easy because there's so much content on the topic. Have a look at this quick reminder of the unethical a-hole Trump has always been, and then I'll share why the United Nations is outing him today for more of the same.
We turn now to look at a new USA Today expose that found hundreds of former employees and contractors have accused Donald Trump and his businesses of failing to pay them for their work. Victims have included a dishwasher in Florida, a glass company in New Jersey, a carpet company, a plumber, 48 waiters, dozens of bartenders at his resorts and clubs, and even several law firms that once represented him in these labor lawsuits.
He felt that I had done a very good job when the project was done, and I believe that to this day he's very happy with the architectural work of that project. He wrote a lovely letter of recommendation at my request, highlighting the fine points of the design and my own personal talents as an architect.
And how much money did you end up losing?
Well, losing is... I was shortchanged well over $100,000.
Did it have a lasting impact on your firm?
Well, certainly it did. It was a grave disappointment. We were paid at the end a small sum, roughly 15 cents on the dollar relative to what we had rightfully billed and billed in accordance with multiple agreements.
Here's something that just astonished me. When he was going through his trials in New York for misleading on his loan forms, right? During one of the trials, Michael Cohen got up there to testify. And he testified about how Donald Trump asked him to short pay vendors. And he was proud of the fact that he did it for Mr. Trump, as he called him, right? I don't know why, but I expected, you know how he would hold a little impromptu press conference after each day of the trial? For some reason, I thought he would come out and say, no, I never asked him to short pay vendors, right? Didn't say a word about it. Probably the worst thing you could say about a business person is he short pays his vendors. He doesn't pay what he owes. That is the ultimate arbiter of trust that you have with any business person. Do they pay you when you do work for them, yes or no? He was proud of the fact, didn't question it at all. When you rip off hardworking Americans, you are not qualified to be president of the United States of America.
The UN is now learning what U.S. contractors and vendors already knew. Donald Trump doesn't pay on contracts. It's a perverse power play that is on repeat. Politico is reporting the UN learning the Trump way this way. UN is waiting to see how much the U.S. intends to pay of the nearly $4 billion it owes. About 95% of the arrears to the global organization's regular budget is from the United States, according to UN officials. The United Nations said Monday it's waiting to find out how much of the nearly $4 billion the United States owes the world organization the Trump administration intends to pay and when the money will arrive. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned last week that the world body faces imminent financial collapse unless its financial rules are overhauled or all 193 member nations pay their dues, a message clearly directed at the United States. The U.S. owes $2.196 billion to the UN's regular operating budget, including $767 million for this year, according to a UN official. The U.S. also owes $1.8 billion for the separate budget for the UN's far-flung peacekeeping operations, and that also will rise. Guterres said in a letter to all member nations last week that cash for the UN's regular operating budget could run out by July, which could dramatically affect its operations. President Donald Trump has said the United Nations has not lived up to its potential. His administration did not pay anything to the United Nations in 2025, and it has withdrawn from UN organizations, including the World Health Organization and the cultural agency UNESCO, while pulling funding from dozens of others. UN officials have said 95% of the arrears to the UN's regular budget is from the United States. Nearly 60 countries paid their annual dues by the February 8th due date. For the full story, visit Politico.com. Trump is squeezing the UN because he wants something and/or because he enjoys making others grovel. And like every leader with dictator desires, he wants to exert his influence and domination beyond his own borders. Trump is a menace who is against United States values, against the United Nations values, and we must stand against him.